Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Bro, my hairline fucked up after the fucking 3 times I tried fucking going live. Bro, I started this out like a sailor, bro. Like a real sailor, bro. Bro, I'm heated, bro. I had hella people joining in, and then now all of a sudden. Oh wait. Are we here? Are we here finally? Hold on. Hold on. There's a crazy delay though. And then the Wi-Fi went out. But I'm not. Crazy delay, bro. Bro, this stream is fucking cursed. This is cursed right here. This is cursed. This is actually cursed. This is actually cursed. Wait, I need to reload now. I need to reload. Bro, I didn't peep how big my nose, bro. My nose is huge. Dog, my nose is huge, bro. I got a Hasselhoff on me, bro. God damn, I got me a fucking. Bro, if there's people who have played like South Park: The Stick of Truth, you've seen like the fucking custom David Hasselhoff nose, right? Well, it's just straight up his face. But bro, what the fuck? Bro, I got me a beaker. I got me a little beaker, bro. Damn. I mean, the stream's like super delayed, right? Super delayed. It's as good as it's gonna get, right? It's either 10-second delay or no stream at all, right? Or a stream that keeps like going out, right? Who wants that? But I really want to update y'all with some March Madness, but my Wi-Fi is cooked. Like my Wi-Fi is real deal cooked, right? It's cooked, buddy. It's cooked. So ESPN. I was watching the Bama game. By the way, for those that are new to this channel, we don't tolerate Bama disrespect right here. We don't tolerate Bama disrespect. I understand, there's some shit going on, right? I understand there's some shit going on. Hold up. Or, you know what? I'll go. Nah. I gotta save those for like a point I gotta make. I gotta save those for a point. No! Alright, where's my... Bro, my Burberries, dog. Bro, my hands are fucked up too. Now my hands are dirty and shit. Bro, it is super laggy. It's so chopped up, right? I'm not expecting anybody to watch this now. It's so bad. Like, this shit is terrible now. This shit is terrible, right? When I first went on, I had like fucking 10 like right off the fucking bat, and then I had like 10 right off the bat, and then all of a sudden stream goes out, right? Stream goes out. Some lame shit. It's some lame shit. I guess now I could eat because we're live. Guess we can eat now because we're live and shit. I want to show off the eats, right? But Wi-Fi just completely went out now. First it was like partially, now it's like completely. Look, so the eats, right? Got a slab of chicken, right? Chicken Sammy too, right? The slab of chicken, right? Now you really real deal, like you just grab like the slab like this, right? I got it drenched, right? So I don't want to, like, usually I'd be grabbing this shit by my hands, right? But I got it drenched though, so I'm not trying to like drench my shit. Quality shit. I put a little Thailand sauce, right? Like this hot sauce from Thailand. I would go get it, but it's in the kitchen tin. Nah, but I would get it though. It's a little Thailand hot sauce, right? It's pretty hot though. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot, ganger. It's pretty hot, ganger. Yo, is there a way I can complete scoreboard? I'd rather just keep it on March Madness. Yeah. All right. Okay. We're about to be on minute 7. What do we start with out first? What do we start out with first? Let's start with actually, let's start with this Falcons trade. I fucking hate the Falcons, right? Also, if you're new, right? You know what I'm saying? My bad for being disrespectful, right? I didn't have it set up, right? You're new right here. This is Nola County. Nola County. This is not really Nola County. I'm not in Louisiana, but this is a Saints. This is pro Saints territory, right? Pro Saints territory, right? If you one of them rise up, tards, right? Like, I'd back the fuck up, right? Okay. Let's see right here. They swapped 4th round, 5th round picks. Atlanta also inquiring. Wait. What was that? No. Did I lose my stream now? No, don't tell me I lost it. Tell me I lost it. I was connected to my hotspot on my phone. Right? I wasn't connected to Wi-Fi because it keeps going out, right? I think I accidentally connected to my Wi-Fi, right? And if I were to come back, I mean, hold on. It still says I'm live, though. It still says I'm live. Are we live still? Okay. We're still live. Wait. Okay. We're still live. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Did not want it to echo. All right. Badass. We're still live. Okay. Atlanta did a whole lot of nothing though. Atlanta they didn't really do a whole lot of anything. All right. So yeah, hold on. Wait. Can I lower the volume? Okay. All right. Okay, we're back. All right, so Atlanta right now, they just made a trade. Atlanta Falcons, they did a whole lot of nothing right now. This is them trying to do shit now. They just traded a bunch of picks and shit. Yeah, didn't really inquire anybody of note. Yeah, get fucked Atlanta. Get fucked Atlanta, right? Get fucked Atlanta. All right, let's go back to the Bama takes a 13-point lead. All right, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a Bama rant. Because I feel as if they're gonna be a player, I guess you could say, right? Speaking of players from Alabama, the Aiden Holloway situation, right? Aiden Holloway, he got caught with narcotics. He got caught with a couple of narcotics. Pretty bad, right? Pretty bad. Isn't playing. Right, isn't playing. I don't know why. It's a deal. It's a deal. It's a deal. Yeah, Aiden Holloway isn't playing. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm trying to log on to Twitter at the same time. Yeah, Aiden Holloway isn't playing, right? Not a factor, right? Non-factor. Yeah, non-factor. I don't know why people thought it was gonna matter. All right, non-factor. The 19th trade of the league year. Sign in, doing very, very late shit. Is that deal? Yeah, no, I love this move by Atlanta. Right? Doing a whole lot of nothing, right? Love that for Atlanta. There's not really a whole lot of good games now, right? Besides the 8-9 seed, right? That's gonna be a good game. Right now the Miami Ohio Tennessee game, it's not really. I think that's gonna pick up in the second half, right? It's gonna get a lot closer in the second half. Bama starting to pull away. Not that interesting of a game. Iowa State, Tennessee State. Boy, if you pick Tennessee State, you need to seek God, right? You need to seek God or put your alumni status to the side, right? Put it to the side, right? You ain't really need to ride dick that hard, right? You did not need to ride dick that hard, right? You did not need to do that. You ain't need to do all that. Let's see, is there? So I mean, they got the 8-9 seeds going back to back, right? The State Villanova game, Iowa, Clemson, right? Those two are probably going to be the better games of today, right? I think the St. John's game is going to be pretty interesting too. And then, of course, your 9 o'clock. Damn, so we got Miami playing at 9 o'clock, right? We got Miami playing at 9 o'clock. They're playing at 10. Oh, no. It's 10 for Miami, right? It's 10 o'clock for Miami. That really don't mean shit for them, though. That really don't mean shit for them. There we go. There you go. Every time I think about it, there you go. About to take a trip to Mexico. And I'm finna go buy a Draco. Let's not get banned for that. Let's not get banned for all that. Okay, I had to wait. So if I go off, it all right, 2, right? 2. Nobody need to see that. Okay. I'm noticing. Right. I have this stream on like another side, right? And this stream is just me learning shit. Apparently, this stream is just me learning shit, right? I guess it's really just me learning about shit. Just me really learning about shit. Oh, damn, 1 minute. I'll go over the brackets a little bit later. I go over the brackets a little bit later. I do want to get my thoughts on the WBC tournament and what it's doing for baseball, right? Let's see. I'll give it a second or two. Give it a second or two so we can cut it off at a good time, right? I mean, okay. So let's get into it right now. We're talking about the WBC tournament, what it means for baseball, right? How big it's going to be for the growth, right? Because the last one was super big for the growth of baseball, right? Super big. We obviously know, right, the amount of eyes that were on there, right? It feels as if the WBC just garners a lot more attention than, give or say, the World Series, right? Okay. And mainly what I really want to talk about is the U.S. players for the WBC, right? The U.S. players that we brought along, right? This is the Turk Screwball rant, right? This is going to be the Turk Screwball rant. So it's very frustrating as an American, right? It's very frustrating for a lot of different reasons, right? I think where you could start with is you see like the players from like the Dominican Republic, right? You see like J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez, talk about how he would much rather win a WBC than the World Series, right? And now people think like, oh, like you moron, right? Like all the slurs, right? All the slurs at J-Rod, right? And then like a bigger magnifying glass too, because J-Rod was literally one game away this past year to a World Series, right? The first ever. Yeah, that's the first. That would have been the first ever World Series appearance for the Mariners, right? Poverty franchise, right? Poverty franchise, a fan favorite franchise, but poverty at the same time. They have a really good team too. They could potentially make the World Series again. However, you see the passion from J-Rod, right? You see the passion from a lot of the Dominican players, right? You see Juan Soto, right? Delusionally talking about the very end of the game, right? Like, oh, like, we know which team won that night, right? The reality of it being, if you needed one, I'll get it closer to the mic to say this. If you needed one call to go your way to win the game, you did not deserve to win the game, right? It's a double-edged sword, right? Like, I hate saying things like that because I think of like the 2018 NFC Championship, right? 2018 NFC Champion with the Saints and the Rams, where the fourth quarter controversially ended on a should have been pass interference call, right? But they didn't call it, and that was the best chance for Drew Brees to ever go back to the Super Bowl, right? Like, you could argue, the Rams fans like to argue, like, oh, you got the ball back at overtime, right? There should not have been overtime, though. There should not have been overtime. Anyway, just got totally off track, right? Totally off track. To these Caribbean countries, though, however, this shit right here means the world, right? This shit right here means the world, right? Means the world. And I know there's players like Paul Skeens, right, who's talking about how, oh, I did not have fun, right? I didn't have fun. And I mean, he pitched a very important game for us, right? Like, it's not like we could have just saved him for the final, right? Like, he pitched a very important game for the semifinal, right? We played arguably the best team in the Dominican Republic, right? The Dominicans beat Venezuela in the group stage, right? They played against each other. The Dominicans beat them, right? So obviously, I mean, not like we were looking less at Venezuela, but we saw the threat of the Dominicans, right? We saw the threat of the Dominican team. That lineup just speaks for itself, right? So we have players like Paul Skeens, right, who did their part. Ultimately, they did their part. They did their part. They did their best, right? You have Mason Miller talking about how should have been in, right? Should have been in. And I mean, we all think he should have been in. But the reality of it is we still have players that are not committed to this. A lot of these players aren't really, they're committed, but not really. They're only as committed as the team says so, right? And we had this problem. Who was it? The Puerto Ricans had this problem, right, this year. They had Javi Baez, Francisco Lindor, and Carlos Correa. All three players, all three starters, they start for this lineup for this Puerto Rican team, or would have. They got called back by their MLB teams, right? And me as an Astro fan, I'm like, sure, get that boy, bring that boy back to work. Now, bring that boy back to work. Pause, right? Bring that boy back to work. But it's a double-edged sword, right? It's a double-edged sword, right? Because then you see the reports after that we tried getting Hunter Brown. That was one of the many pitchers we tried to get to pitch the final, Hunter Brown. And ultimately, I'm pretty sure that was an Astros thing, that the Astros didn't want to bring Hunter Brown out. I'm more than sure that he's probably going to be our opening day starter. So a lot of these teams protect the players, right? A lot of teams protect the players. The players then talk about how it's not that important, really. It's not that important. Right? It's not that important, right? You have Tarek Skubal at the very beginning of the competition, talking about how I'm about to get heated right here. Tarek Skubal talking about how he's gonna he gives us a start, right? The reigning Cy Young winner blesses us with a start, right? Blesses us with the start against Great Britain, one of the worst teams in the entirety of the competition. One of the worst teams, and we're only getting 55 pitches out of him, only 55, right? And for the WBC, right, a lot of these games are very competitive, so 55 pitches. If you're pitching a gem, that might get you to the fifth inning. More than likely, that's only 4 innings, right? Only 4 innings, right? Only 4 innings. This brother only threw 40. He threw 40. And gave up a homer. Right? He threw 40 pitches, pitched 3 innings, gave up a homer, right? Granted, we won, right? We were always going to win that game, right? I'm trying to think of a time where Britain was better than us at anything. They're better than us, I guess, at soccer, right? Not this year. Not this year, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. You didn't stand a fucking chance. As one good Rashad McCants would have said, you didn't stand a fucking chance. You didn't stand a fucking chance. So Tarek Skubal gives us that wonderful performance, wonderful once-in-a-lifetime performance from our Cy Young pitcher, one of our Cy Young pitchers. I'm sorry, Skeens, my bad, Skeens. But one of our Cy Young pitchers, right? Mr. I went into the arbitration meeting and I brought my two Cy Young awards, right? Gave us 3 innings, gave up a homer and only 40 pitches when he said that he was going to give us 55, right? I mean, I don't need to say that. I mean, that's pretty fucking embarrassing. That's fucking embarrassing. That's embarrassing to hold yourself to such a high pedestal. And this is the shit that you gave your country this shit. You gave your country this shit. Like, dog, like I would have rather had Kershaw get that start. Fuck is you talking about? I'd rather see Kershaw old ass. He's retired. We'll get into Kershaw in a bit. Right? But basically, we have this team full of fucking fake ass Patriots, right? Bryce Harper talking about, oh, I'm just waiting for the Olympics, right? The Olympics is when everybody really watches. Bro, the Olympics don't give a fuck about baseball. They don't care about baseball. It's going to be in the next Olympics, right? It's going to be in this next Olympics, right? Because it's here. That's the only reason why. Because it's here. It's going to be here. When the Olympics after that, when it's in like fucking Qatar or fucking Germany, right? You think they're going to have baseball? You think the Qatar, whatever the fuck they're called, their people are called, right? You think the Germans are going to want to put baseball? Fuck no, they're not going to want to put baseball. Fuck no, they're not going to want to put baseball. Bro, the fake patriotism gets me heated, right? It hits a certain point. It hits a certain spot, right? Right? We only have so many people. We only can get so many people to represent our country, right? And a lot of these sports, where the biggest leagues of these sports are in America, they're all in the U.S. Most of them, all in the U.S., right? So you would think we'd have just a talent hub of players whenever we do these international competitions, but when it comes to like baseball, right? It comes to things like baseball, right? It comes to things like basketball. All the sports, honestly, besides soccer, right? Soccer has like its own problem with picking players, right? The best don't go. 90% of the time, the best do not go, right? We had Paul Goldschmidt. We had Paul Goldschmidt as our backup first baseman. Bryce Harper was playing like shit the whole fucking tournament until the final, right? Until the final, Harper was playing like shit the entirety of the tournament. But it's not like we can just replace him for fucking Goldschmidt. Like, where's the Matt Olsons? Right? Where's the Pete Alonsos? Where's the fucking Freddie Freemans? I'd rather have Freddie Freeman. Dog. So the fake patriotism is one thing, right? This manager too, right? This fucking manager. This motherfucking manager, right? Because USA has a problem with like Steve Kerr coming on to coach the Olympics, right? We had a problem with Steve Kerr, right? Mainly because he doesn't coach shit. Right? No sets, no nothing, right? Just do whatever the fuck you want. Shit, we gonna win off talent, right? We gonna win off of talent. I see for basketball, it works for basketball, right? It works for basketball because the majority of the good players are on our team. So it works for basketball, right? Like you play like these other countries like Serbia who have like Jokic, right? Like that's like dog, right? Jokic, but who the fuck else does Serbia have, right? You go to teams like Greece, right? You go to teams like Greece, Giannis. Who else? Who the fuck else? We have we have problems with Kerr, right? We have problems with Steve Kerr and the way he runs shit, right? Boy, this brother Mark DeRosa is fucking trash. He's trash. Dog. Mark DeRosa managing Team USA, right? I'll give him some. He did a fucking amazing job in the Dominican Republic game. He did amazing for that game. That's about it. Just about it, though. It's just about it. Right? This dude put on a master class. This dude put on a master class in the group stage of how to be arrogant, a piece of shit, and a clueless piece of shit, right? A clueless one at that, right? He did horrible in the final, right? He did horrible in the final. It was horrible in the group stages, right? It's just, thank God we had so many terrible teams, right? Thank God we had so many terrible teams in our group, right? Thank God Mexico's managers also not the wisest person, right? He's not Mark DeRosa level clownery, but he's not the greatest, right? This dude is an analyst for the MLB network. An analyst for the Major League Baseball network. The Major League Baseball network. Analyst. This is where we got this shit from? We couldn't get like a former manager from the big league, somebody who's actually done this shit? Or my bad, I'm sorry. Somebody who's actually done this shit for more than like 15, 30 games? What the fuck are we doing? On it off with the question that everybody's been wondering, right? The question that everybody's been wondering, right? We'll break down the story from start to finish. Everybody knows about the whole last game of the group stage story, right? Where ultimately we played Mexico, right? Second to last game of the U.S. group stage, we played Mexico, right? We played the two best teams in the last two games of our group stage run, right? Mean burp. We played the best two teams, right, in the group, right? We're playing Mexico, right? And for some reason, before the game, Mark DeRosa adamant, right? Hoping that we win, hoping that we beat Mexico, right? I think we all wanted to beat Mexico, right? At least the people that are rooting for the U.S., right? They all wanted to beat Mexico. Ooh, I got another rant after this shit. But, right. So we beat Mexico, right? And afterwards, the team celebrates, right? They're out until 2 a.m. They fucking living it up, right? They're in Houston, right? Right? Fucking great party city, right? You look at spring break right now. Apparently, everybody's in Houston for spring break. Ain't no beaches in Houston, or no nice beaches in Houston, right? But everybody wants to go there for spring break, I guess, right? Fuck Miami, right? But basically, there's a lot of shit to do in Houston. They're out later than fuck, right? Rumors is they didn't get back into hotels until 2 a.m, right? That's basically when all the clubs are like closing down and shit, or at least most of them. There's some all-nighters in Houston, right? There's of course there's a lot of all-nighters in Houston, right? But most of them close at 2. So the next day comes. The next day we play Italy. Everybody's all fucked up, right? Everybody's all, oh, I slept late, right? Mark DeRosa's up early as fuck the day of Italy, right? Doing interviews and shit, talking about how we clinched, right? How we clinched to the next fucking round because we beat Mexico, right? We beat Mexico, right? That's all we needed, right? That's all we needed. When the tiebreak and then the tiebreaker scenario, right? Like, we all knew about the tiebreaker scenario. Everybody apparently except for Mark DeRosa, right? I don't know who Mark DeRosa has on his staff, right? I don't know who's on his staff that didn't tell him this shit. That we actually do need to win this next game, right? I don't know when he learned that, right? So he talks about how we already clinched. Then in the press conference before the game, right, he's then talking about how players were out late as hell, right, and we're going to get some. Goldie going to get his start, right? Goldie going to get his minutes, right? And that all that bullshit, right? And we have, I think, like 4-3 starters, right? 4-3 starters from our usual lineup starting in that Italy game, right? But I'm like trying to like think in his head. I'm assuming his thought process was